Okay, peeps, welcome back. So this is not really going to be a long video. We're going to go over the grayscale trust real quick, but this is kind of a quick update. So CPI came out this morning. The markets kind of didn't really like it. So something really weird happened where basically the market sold off and then they ripped into the close. That's not really surprising because investors generally tend to overreact to either good news or bad news. So my guess is they probably sold off the open and bought back into the close once they realized it wasn't that bad. But basically, the core CPI came down, but the headline CPI went up. So I don't really think it's a big deal too much, honestly, because they're both still below 4%. And obviously, the closer they get to 3% or 2%, I should say, the faster the Fed can hurry up and cut their rates. So, anyways, why this is relevant is because if we go over here to the grayscale trust, you can see like a lot of them have dropped substantially. So I'm just going to do a few quick notes here. So HZEN is currently in a buy zone. The measured move from this level would be roughly about 47 to 62%. BCHG and LTCN actually recovered most of their move. They were down quite a bit, but then they popped back up. So that's not really so relevant. ETCG also at resistance, so not really so relevant. GXLM did have a pullback. I mean, you guys can get into this one if you want to. You see where the levels are here. I'm just gonna kind of zoom over it here, but that didn't really have such a big drop. Same thing with ETH, very similar. Zcash did have a large drop, but I suppose if you wanted to actually buy this one, assuming it could turn into support here, you could. So it's basically between $7 to $8. So we get a little bit of measured move there. You're talking at least a minimum of 81%. We did tell you that a lot of these grayscale trusts at the end of this list were massively overextended, so a dump was probably likely. That's exactly what happened with GSOL. I would say it's a little bit more fair value now. If we were going to pick it up, we'd pick it up in the zone once again, as I said before, but you can pick it up anywhere you want to here. So you got 118, 200, and 275 as your levels. Mana has come down, but again, still too overextended in my opinion. But of course, you guys can pick these up at whatever prices you want. DCAN, GBAT, same thing, still too overextended, but did have a pretty large drop. G-Link had a pretty substantial drop, but definitely want to see it get at least into the zone between 68 to 84 to pick it up. GPhil or PhilG just keeps going to the moon, and this thing could go much, much higher because Filecoin, which we actually do own, has not really done much of anything. So it's still kind of just sitting there at $10, which is pretty much what it's been doing. And GLIV had a pretty huge pump and then an equally huge dump, as you guys can see here. But again, if we were going to buy, we'd be looking to get somewhere between 20 to 28. But it's entirely up to you. I mean, these things could theoretically go up to like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a share. So that's kind of what happened here. You can see the crypto markets are moving back up already, actually. So Bitcoin, Ether, and all these kind of did dump a little bit during the CPI reading this morning. And then they, just like the markets, they went back up as well. So there is that. Kind of expecting tomorrow morning for these to move up, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. So the main reason why I'm coming out with this video now is because we're still working on getting the profit target ranges and or targets set up with the Fibonacci's and previous all-time highs and all that. Plus, we have to figure out potentially, theoretically, how much money we're going to make on these, depending on where we choose to sell and where we think the prices could actually go. So it's going to take a little bit more time. I'd say probably not in this video, definitely, but maybe in another video or two, we might have that up for you guys so you guys can kind of see where the levels would be at in terms of price discovery above and beyond the all-time highs, assuming that they actually get there. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all later. Peace.